Start recording. There we go. All right, so let's see what type of constraints we are working with here. So it looks like I can probably snip these. So we have different tools. I'm gonna try the pliers. And stretch them. Just go with the old standby, the scissors. So we're gonna take out Zork first. You can see he's got a ball joint here for his tail. It's gonna be fun. So I found these at Target today. They must have just put them out because there were 3 sets on the shelf. So I grabbed one for myself, grabbed one for the other half of the Reluctant Adult podcast, and I was able to use the Target 10% off your total order coupon. So I saved a cool $10 on my order, which almost makes up for not being able to use that 25% off any toy coupon, because apparently NECA product is no longer classified as toys. It's classified as, I don't even know what, electronics, sporting goods? It's not fair. All right, let's take a look at this guy. Now, NECA product, while beautiful to look at, you do have to be a little bit careful when you first take them out of the box, because the paint could freeze up the joints. So I don't want to do too much movement here. What I'm gonna do is run these guys a nice hot bath and throw them in there, and that should loosen up the plastic. Maybe if there's any paint stuck, that'll loosen that up. So these guys will be loosey-goosey, and I won't have to return them because I'm probably never gonna find them again. So here's our first friend. Very cool. I'm gonna get his tail out. The tail is in a separate little plastic tray underneath with all their extra goodies. So it looks like the tails are identical in terms of sculpt. They have the same number of dots there, you can see. There are freckles, same on this side. But the paint seems like it's a little bit more spread. This seems a little bit cleaner. This has a little bit of shape on it. Using my scissors here. There we go. All right. So pop the tail on. Let's just see if it goes on easy. Nothing worth doing is ever easy. Oh boy. That's tight. Is it on? Is it in?
I don't think so.
Ah, there it is. I don't know if that's all the way in, but there it is. So it's it doesn't sit down all the way. It just sort of moves a little bit. It doesn't have a very wide range of movement. I wonder how, because it can't support him if you're trying to stand him up, unless you want him to sit like that. So that might be an issue, but we'll see. One of my favorite things about the NECA sculpts is that they put a lot of articulation into the head, which just gives the characters so much personality. So we can open his mouth a little bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you see that? A little tricky to get it, but it's in there. Is this supposed to be like his chest area? That's like a separate piece of plastic that fits under his belt. And that seems a little off center, which will drive me crazy, but we'll work on that a little bit later. So that's beautiful. It comes with an alternate set of hands. Looks like one to hold a blaster weapon, and then a fist. Oh no, this also holds a weapon. So we'll see what weapons they come with. Move these scissors out of here, my weapons. All right, so Zork, you're gonna sit over here. keep you in camera shot so people can see what we're doing. And then we're gonna go for Zaraks. Now, we talked about this on the podcast when we were first discussing these figures. I don't recall the Triceratons appearing on the original cartoon. I definitely remember the Triceraton toy, which the previous 2-pack that comes with those Roadkill Rodneys looks the most like. So these guys are based on actual characters from the show, not just the generic army builder guy. But I don't know if they were in a later season and they changed the animation. Do you remember when Toka and Razar, or Razar as they say, were on the cartoon? Because I've seen pictures, but I don't remember that. And I feel like that would have been a big deal. I like probably everyone watching, pre-ordered my Toka and Razar, and I eagerly anticipate those arriving. People are starting to find them, or starting to find them on their doorstep. But fun story, I actually moved in between when I pre-ordered and now, so I had to put an alternate address, so those will actually ship to my in-laws, and then they will find their way to me. Look at this guy. I like how they had to cap. Well, not they had to, but this is part of the design. They have the caps on the antlers, or the horns. Oh, it's like he had some sort of spine surgery. See that? I'm so blurry now. Come back into focus. Come back into focus. There we go. See? All right, his mouth opens too. Are they the same head sculpt? No, they're not. Similar, but that's just because the design is similar. The arms, legs, tails, we talked about that, are the same. The extra torso flap here is different, but they're probably the same underneath. You can sort of peek a little bit at his abs. See what he looks like. There we go. I like the hands that they come with because they're pretty expressive. He can be like, "Oh, I'm shocked," or he can be like, "No, I'm naked. Get out of here. What are you doing?" Or he could like console his friend. "It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry what they say." Do the eyes move like the Mogwai? That would be cool. You can move the pupil around. Yeah. Let's see if his tail is any easier to fit into his tail hole. Gonna push real hard. Gonna get it in there. Oh man, this is another reason to throw them in some hot water. Get these pieces to fit better. You know, I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna wait until I give these guys a nice warm bath, and then it'll pop right in. It'll have that satisfying pop sound. So okay, so we'll take a look at these guys. Let's see what sort of artillery they come with. Let's rip it out. This is a bazooka. Sort of looks like it has the Dragon Zord symbol at the end. That's interesting. It's so flat on top. Is that how the design was? It's like something else should fit up there. Oops, just throw that anywhere. Are these gauntlets for one of the characters? I'm supposed to be wearing. Seems like it would fit right over. Maybe there's a picture of them with that. I don't know what that is. Is that from the show where they have these gauntlets? It looks the same as his gauntlets, so it must just be you can. When you take his hands off, you can flip them around. You can take this one off. Does it seem like it comes off? Yeah, okay, it's an extra piece. So you can switch it, and then he has these like blades that come out. Unless it goes this way. It's like backwards blade. I don't know. There's not a picture of it on the box anywhere, so I don't actually know what that's supposed to do. Someone will tell me. All right, so we got 2 of those, and then I think what they said, they being the internet, is that these extra weapons are actually intended for Bebop and Rocksteady. So, if you want to have a more complete Bebop and Rocksteady, you gotta get the Triceraton generals, I believe. They are high-ranking generals in the Triceraton army. There we go. So, these are your two weapons. Maybe they go with the characters, or maybe they're intended for Bebop and Rocksteady. Choice is yours, really. That's the beauty of toys. You can make up your own rules. Nobody's going to tell you you're wrong. And if they do, you can tell them to STF you. So these are their figures. They're very large. They're very in charge. They love each other. They give hugs. Let's see if we have any questions. What you guys want me to do with these? Let's see. Is anybody watching? 4 people are watching. Are there any comments? Go ahead and leave me a comment if you want. I shared this in a million places. Five people are watching. I have 9 shares, but no comments. Leave me a comment. There are 9 engagements. I wonder what the engagements are. It doesn't tell me. So if you guys enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe, like and share Toy Sailboat here on Facebook. That'll lead you to the Reluctant Adult Podcast, which is a weekly podcast that my buddy and I record each week, talking about toys, talking about nearing 40 and what that's like. We have kids of our own, and we get to buy toys for them. But our kids don't get to play with our toys unless they are. What happened? It's unrelated? Okay. Someone fell off a chair? Is it funny? Are you gonna send it to me? Should I put it on here? Oh man. It gets better? Better than falling off a chair?
Well, he's decorating a tree and the chair's on top of a table.
Oh well, that's just asking to fall off of it.
Oh yeah, and he's a big guy.
Oh, okay. I really like this. I didn't think I was gonna like the shade of orange or yellow. Let me see if I can get that in focus. That's the trick with these cameras. Come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it. You can't do it. That's pretty good. It's sort of like a circus peanut orange, maybe a little lighter, but it's pleasant. I enjoy it. So these will tide me over until Toka and Razar show up, which is hopefully soon. Although looking at those eBay prices, it's gonna be hard to open those guys up. I mean, if those sets are selling for $300 a piece, it's like maybe I'll sell them now and then down the line. Although, unless NECA makes more of them, the price is probably just gonna keep on climbing forever. People aren't gonna suddenly be like, no, I don't like these characters. So, make sure you like Toy Sailboat. Get your good deals. That's the idea behind Toy Sailboat. Anytime there's a good deal on Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Toys R Us, .Canada. Just kidding. I'll post it. You can be the first when those new Amazon Marvel Legend pre-orders go up. I'll post it. You can get in there before they sell out. That's the name of the game. Obviously now with collecting online, you got to be early. You got to have all those unfair advantages. So consider Toy Sailboat your unfair advantage for action figure collecting. That's a good slogan. We can change our slogan to that. So, I'm gonna focus. Boop. All right, that's good. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. All right. Oops, stop recording.